Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. Let's talk AMC, and more specifically, did you make money the right way on it? And I realize I come across as a threat of, oh, you sound like a hater, you sound like you're jealous, but I'm really not. I am excited. I'm glad that so many people are making money on it, especially when you read the articles about hedge funds and such. I think the last article I saw at this point, as of the recording, was like $1.2 or $1.3 billion that some of these hedge funds have lost. But like I said, so I'm not jealous, but what I am trying to do, because this is an educational channel, is I want you to be prepared for the future. I want you to be as best as possible prepared so that you can continue to make money in the market. And I want you to just question, why did you truly make money? What was your thought process going in? Because there was definitely a right way to go about this. And then there is a way that, yes, I realize it worked here, but from somebody with a whole lot of experience, over 15 years of doing many dumb things, there is a couple of other ways that were just the wrong way to make money. And again, and that's the tricky part about the market, is you can do stupid things and still make money. But all it takes is for one time of doing that same stupid thing, and the market can ultimately just absolutely punch you in the face. So my question, and looking at the AMC chart right now, and I realize that this is going to change, so it'll be kind of neat to see how this changes from the recording of this video. But as things stand right now, I have plenty of data now to throw out the question and pretty much bring about the key concept and key dynamic here that I'm trying to get across. But this area on the chart right here, my question is, and maybe even over here, but why did you buy? What was your thought process? What was your reasoning for buying right here? Now, if you bought somewhere around here, then I'm not saying you're wrong, because this is when I was trading it. But my guess is this area right here is going to be where I would argue is definitely the right way to do it. Having the right reasons. But that's going to be more of that. That's where all the day traders and everybody started to pour in, because you had so much volatility, you had so much volume. And I'll explain, my perspective too on it. But like I said, I'm not really concerned about this area, because it becomes quite evident at that point. Yeah, the thing just stole all the headlines, massive volume, massive volatility. But going back to here, what was your reasoning for this area down around here? And I want to go through a little bit of a kind of a cycle of emotions, a cycle of just thought processes and considerations that a lot of people go through. And I want to just, like I said, I want you to be honest with yourself, because this is what's going to allow you to become a better trader, by just being self-aware. So I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to do anything. All I'm asking is just be honest with yourself about why you did. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. We can agree to disagree, and there's no harm in that. But like I said, this is coming from somebody with a whole lot of experience doing dumb, stupid things. So all I'm asking is, hey, at least just consider what I'm throwing out there. Now, I do realize this could be a little bit more complex and complicated, but at the same time, it doesn't really need to be, because when you strip things away, this is what things boil down to. So there's really three dynamics out there revolving around any thought process to be buying into, and not even a stock. This could be a cryptocurrency, it could be a futures contract, it could be an options contract, it could be anything. But the point being, this is a general framework of what's going on. You have fundamentals, you have theories, and then you have hype. So I'm going to just throw out there, and like I said, if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. But if you bought during that section because you thought AMC and their fundamentals were like, wow, this is great, then that's not the right way to make money. AMC fundamentals look terrible. So much debt. A terrible business model right now. Now, yes, you can believe that things will come back to life, and we'll get to that in a second. But as things stand, if you're buying just strictly because you're like, I'm looking at the fundamentals and I like what I see, Warren Buffett is not an investor for a reason, right? The fundamentals of AMC are atrocious. Just not good at all. When you have lots of debt, when you have a business model that basically the government is saying you can't maximize your business right now, that's just not a good business model, right? That's not a good business environment. That's just not any sort of good fundamentals. And hopefully I'm stating the obvious when I say that. But I can also say I'm missing, no, Clay, well, you're missing something, because one fundamental dynamic about AMC was the short interest. And that's valid. So, but that brings us into the next part is, okay, theories. Meaning, yeah, from the fundamentals, you were seeing short interest. You're saying, wow, there's lots of hedge funds. There's lots of, entities out there that are short. So because of this fundamental event, because of the shorts, this thing's going to go. This thing is going to go, and then you start to, well, and if this happens, and there's all sorts of, right? This is not new. There are theories everywhere about why certain things are supposed to happen, right? Oh, well, you have this dynamic and that dynamic, and if this, that, and the other thing all happen, well, then you're going to get some sort of big result. And theories everywhere you look. I mean, that isn't that kind of the nature of almost the internet, social media, Reddit, message boards, just throwing out theories, now, where do the theories come from? Yeah, the theories are based in some sort of fundamental, kind of, but I mean, they are coming at the core. And like I said, with AMC, it essentially was the fundamental dynamic of high short interest. And because of this short interest, let the theories just play out. But this right here, still not the right way to make money. And I talk from personal experience here. Believing theories can cause you to do really, really, really silly, dumb things. I don't care how good the theory sounds. I don't care how much the theory makes sense. It's just a theory. You don't want to be making money off of theories. And if you made money because you were all gung-ho about some theory and whatever one, it's your choice, you didn't make money the right way. And it's eventually going to come back and bite you hard. Now, the right way to make money is about the hype, meaning that, and we're going to work backwards here, you know that there are theories out there. What are these theories? I don't know. I don't really care, but I know that there's theories out there. And you know, these theories are coming from the fundamentals, I guess, but again, I don't really care. But what you do know and what you do believe is, you know what? There is hype. There is hype. There will be more hype. So let's play the hype. Not play the fundamentals, not play the theory, but play the hype about the theories. Play the hype about the fundamentals. Huge, huge difference. If you can sit there and say, you know, I don't really know what exactly was going on with AMC. All I know is that there are some theories out there. The fine-tuned details of the theories, I don't know. I suppose I know kind of broad ideas of the theories, but I don't know. I don't exactly know what the theories were. And the theories I suppose, from my understanding, came from the fundamentals. I'm just here because there's a bunch of hype. I know that there's a bunch of people out there that do believe the theories, that do believe in those fundamentals. So I'm just here to play off their emotions. I'm here to play that hype. You made money the right way. That's how you should have made money on AMC, by just simply playing the hype, by playing the drama and nothing else. So if you can sit there and be like, yeah, I don't know what the theories really were. I'm not really quite sure. Clay, you mentioned that they had a lot of debt. I had no idea that they had a lot of debt, but that was news to me. Well done. You did it the right way. You identified a hype potential situation and you played it. And in all actuality, hype, as far as I'm concerned, especially in this new world of, meme stocks, right? That is a fundamental variable in and of itself. You have PE ratios. You have all sorts of different, debt to cash ratios, gross profit. I mean, you have all sorts of fundamental indicators in the world of charts, right? You have the MACD, you have the RSI, you have supports, resistance, candlesticks. You have all that stuff. Those are indicators. But in this new world, and that's not even really new. I mean, there's always, especially in the world of penny stocks, it's always been there. Penny stocks operate the same way. Penny stock fundamentals are garbage. Penny stock theories are garbage. But if enough hype revolves around those things, then if you play the hype, you'll be all right. So this isn't necessarily anything new, but the epic proportion is definitely new. But all about that hype variable, that hype ratio, whatever you want to call it. But that's how you need to operate moving forward, because what's at very high risk of happening is when you start to believe and you start to, like I said, either the theories or the fundamentals, you can be staring at massive, massive gains, at massive, massive windfalls, and yet be like, no. Nope. I'm because of insert some sort of theory. Whereas the hype person is saying, I think the hype might be starting to run out a little bit here. So let me at least pull some off the profit, right? Or pull some profit out of the trade. Because when you're focused on hype, you realize that hype can easily disappear. Why can the hype easily disappear? Well, there could be some other stock, crypto, anything, Beanie Babies. Who remembers Beanie Babies? There could be something else that comes here and starts to take away from the hype of whatever play you're on. In this situation, AMC. And now all of a sudden, but when you look at it like this is, okay, I don't want this hype to disappear. Well, then you're going to be able to remove yourself from the situation much easier because, you don't want to fall into being like a cult status member where you're just believing. And even though you're watching your gains disappear, even though the hype is literally disappearing right before your face because you are so blinded by one of these dynamics, you just let it all go away. And again, I realize that maybe you're saying, no, Clay, I did the fundamentals or I was the theories and look at all the money I'm making. Again, good job. Hopefully you've realized some gains. It always scares me. Like, oh yeah, I've made so much. So you sold? No. Well, then you haven't made anything. You don't make anything until you realize the gain. You realize the gain by selling. So, but if you have realized the gain, then I'm happy for you. I just want you to be aware that please in the future, be very, very careful about going down the fundamentals or the theories, rabbit holes because again, from experience, I'm not sitting here preaching from and I've never done it because I'm no. I've been down those rabbit holes. They're not pleasant. But if you stick with the hype, and that's what I go back to, the people that have been trading it recently, myself included, the hype has already shown up, right? So the people that did play the hype early are going to be like, man, why are you guys just now showing up? Didn't you see the hype building? Didn't you see all the hype? And to you, yeah, kind of. But for me as a day trader, I just want to see that the hype is there, and then I'm going to hop in and trade it. So that's why now, most people and the additional volume, that was all the hype players because previously a lot of people were just buying because of fundamentals and theories. But some people were, like I said, were buying because of the hype because they knew that there was enough theories and fundamentals out there to make it happen. So like I said, two ways. We're wrong. They're going to eventually get you slaughtered as traders. But right there, you stick with that. That doesn't mean that you won't take some losses along the way, but it will make sure that your mindset's in the right place. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this can give you some things to consider and just reflect upon. And for those of you that, not necessarily beginners, but for those people that for those people that have done a bunch of stupid things, because, we're all going to do stupid things along the journey, comment below. Am I in the right ballpark here? Is it really all about hype? Let me know so that way other people can read through and be like, okay, I guess Clay isn't totally crazy. But like I said, I just want to throw this out there. All I'm asking you, I don't want you to believe me. I'm just asking you to consider it. Maybe talk to some other people and see what they have to say because you just don't want to get off kilter because I started the video with this and I'll end the video saying this. This is why the markets are so tricky because you can behave badly. You can do stupid things, yet the market will still reward you for a time being. But then when the market decides to say, we suckered you in believing, forming bad habits, now it's time to bring you down to reality. Sometimes reality can hurt quite a bit. So keep these things in mind. And again, congratulations if you've sold and realized those gains on AMC. But moving forward, just consider this thought process and try to focus on the hype as best as you can. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and also check out the channel as a whole. And hopefully you like what you see enough to hit that subscribe button, as I would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.